There are growing concerns that China wants to increase involvement in Afghanistan as the U.S. withdraws any remaining troops from the war-torn nation. Joining us now for more on this is the author of The Coming Collapse of China, Gordon Chang. Gordon, good morning. Nice to see you again. Good morning, Rob. We saw a new report by the Daily Beast that says that China wants to get into a post-U.S. Afghanistan with its Belt Road initiative. Basically, they want to build large roads connecting cities in Pakistan and different areas. Massive infrastructure pushes. What's going on here? Why does China want to do this right now?
The border, and so they'd like to secure that. Also, Afghanistan has very important minerals, rare earths, copper. China has been trying to exploit the copper, for instance. And also, it wants to tie Afghanistan to Pakistan, which is a firm Chinese ally. So there are a lot of reasons here for Beijing to sort of try to take advantage of the American withdrawal. But there are going to be serious problems for Beijing, largely because not all parties in Afghanistan are going to be happy with Chinese involvement.
So the Chinese state-affiliated newspaper over there in the CCP, they mocked the U.S. 4th of July. They did so over the weekend. They drew attention to some of the things that we're dealing with here domestically, the high number of COVID cases, 600,000 dead. Meantime, they will not let us investigate the Wuhan Institute of Virology. What do you make of the timing of all of this, the increase in Chinese propaganda? Don't forget, I know you know this, but many in China believe the coronavirus came from a lab in the U.S. and North Carolina, not in Wuhan.
Also, Frederick, Maryland, the home of Fort Detrick.
Right.
China right now is engaged in a malicious and relentless disinformation campaign. It started about the February of last year, and it doesn't matter what it is. So, for instance, on Afghanistan, you had the foreign minister a few hours ago say that the United States was the origin of all of Afghans' problems. And clearly that is not true. China's unhappy that we're leaving, in a sense, because they do want us to provide security while they take advantage of commercial opportunities. But of course, we're not going to do that. So, it doesn't matter what we do, Rob. They will criticize us because they believe that they cannot coexist with the United States. And therefore, they are trying to overthrow our government. We saw it last year with their fomenting violence on American streets. That continued into this year. This is more than just subversion. This is an act of war, and it continues all the time.
So China was not acting aggressively while we were in Afghanistan. We handed over Bagram Air Force Base over the weekend to Afghan forces. What do you make of the timing? We leave on the 4th of July symbolically instead of on 9/11, giving them a piece of propaganda for the Taliban. But China enters. Is this a situation where all of a sudden we are going to put troops back in Afghanistan, or is this, well, we wash our hands of it after 20 years?
Yeah, I think we wash our hands. And although there are serious problems with washing our hands because we do let bad actors in, also we do have to redeploy because the major threat against the United States are not tribes in Afghanistan, but is China.
Right.
And we need to redeploy to different areas in Asia. This is going to be very tricky for us because if China is successful, and remember, they've got a great relationship with the Taliban. They were supporting the Taliban even after 9/11. So they do have some chance to be able to pacify the country, as you might term it. But China is in for a very difficult period. And, the first big terrorist bombing in Afghanistan against Chinese forces is going to cause a rethink in Beijing. But this is, one of the consequences of leaving a country for us.
Gordon Chang, so nice having you on. We appreciate the information. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.